to add a little bit about hormones for all of us guys here. I can promise you now, if you're 45 and above, I'll bet you $1,000 your testosterone is low. Testosterone is what made you guys good basketball players. Why? It gave you your strength, gave you some height. It did a lot of good things for you. Help you recover from injuries faster. That's what testosterone does. Before I went to the Middle East, I'd seen about 900 guys, and I can tell you the average age of the guys that I saw was about 51. And out of 900 guys, I would say a dozen of them had a normal testosterone. What doctors don't know, most docs, is the fact that testosterone will halve your blood sugars. And if blood sugar is the most important thing that kills us, we should make damn sure that our testosterones are in a good, normal level. So you guys, next time you go to the doctor, you ask them to do a total and free testosterone on you. The other thing is prostate cancer. People who have a low testosterone have a higher risk of prostate cancer. The typical thing of the middle-aged guy going through what we call andropause, the typical middle-aged guy, I can tell you, see if you recognize some of these things, because I've seen it 1,000 times. The guys come in, first thing is, interestingly, the world doesn't look as bright as it did when you're 25. The world's a little gray. You sort of lose a little bit of your mojo. You also find that you go to the gym, you work out for 2 hours, nothing. Not like when you're 20, you go to the gym, pump a few weights, gosh, you've got a big muscle. Suddenly your belly starts getting bigger and bigger over your pants. You'll find your erections not as good. Your interest in sex, not quite as good. Your orgasms, not quite as good. All these things are part of that slowing down of the hormones. And the point is, it's easy to replace and safe to replace.
You had a question, Julius?
Yes, I do. Do you have any type of special preparation for a person's body before you change the diet? Say if the body's going to go through a transformation of some kind. I know my personal experience, the trainer that I use, he blames salt as the big killer, as opposed to sugar. And and we went through maybe a month or two preparation of the body physically with workouts, low impact workouts, before starting a specific diet, which was a low sodium diet.
Yeah.
And
you know, I mean, there's no question that you know, compared to our ancestors, you know, of 1,000 years ago, even, that the salt intake is much higher. I think to address the salt, insulin, when the sugar is up, insulin actually causes salt retention in the kidneys. That's one of the ways it contributes to hypertension. There's much more mischief coming from sugar than with salt. This diet is not so radical. I mean, just to let you know, the 6 foods you want to eat from. You can eat all the meat you like. You can eat all the fish you like. You can eat all the vegetables, except for, until you get down to your 20% body fat, no potatoes, no rice, and no pasta. Avoid the white stuff. A low-fat diet is actually a high glycemic diet, because what you do when you cut out the meat and the eggs and stuff, you start eating many more grains, breads, cereals, and that's the stuff that's killing you. And it was based on a premise in the 1950s by a guy called Enzel Keys. And there was really no good science behind it, but I tell you, Big Pharma love it. They want you to be sick so they can keep pumping statins. They've now got a chewable statin for kids they've just licensed in Europe. These guys should be shot. I mean, I can't believe it. Now there's going to be kids chewing statins, and no one addresses the underlying problem. It's the sugar in our diet that's killing us. We use a thing called integral approach, INTGRAL, and it stands for an acronym of 8 main things. I is for inflammation control, N is for nutrition, T is for toxin reduction, periodically you need a detox, E is for exercise, G is for the genetic aspects of our bodies, R is the restoration of hormones, A is for advanced supplementation, because you can do as good things with natural things as you can with drugs, and L is for the mind-body, lifelong mind-body learning.